Well, the core broke. We cleaned the flask, we dumped it out, chiseled it out, and Casey done tore up the muller. She tore up the chain fall, she tore up the muller. She's a disaster looking for a place to happen. Anyway, what's going on? We got a tooth stripped out in the transmission, and it'll go just fine until it gets to that void, and if it doesn't have enough momentum to keep the wheels going around to catch the next tooth, it stops, and then we have to push it back and it'll take off again. Well, we've been fighting that all morning now. This is the first time this has happened, and we're gonna try to, we've got enough moisture in the old sand that we chiseled out. I think we're going to be okay to go ahead and get this rammed up for now. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. The way I start this off, focus, come on. Yeah. So the way I start this off, we just put a strap around this to hold it in place until we get enough sand rammed up to the belt, and then we take the belt off, and it holds its shape from here up. So the other day, I think the failure was because I used a pneumatic rammer, that thing right here. What happens is it gets that sand so hard, it's like concrete, and I use it on both the inside and outside, so I had super pressure going against the pattern, gripping it. So when I went to separate it, it just snapped the core. Now, if I hand ram this and then use the pneumatic rammer on the other side, I think we'll be okay. But I just don't want to be doing that on the outside first. All right, so we started at 7 and it is now 2:45, and we're finally starting to pull everything apart. This is the very top of the mold right here. This is where the eagle is, and we took off that side of the flask to let this side of the sand rest down in here. The next step is to try to get the bell to stay on the core as we pull this apart. And I think we'll be able to do that this time. If it breaks on us, we're in trouble. So what my plan is, this spacer right here, I'm going to take my hammer and I'm lightly going to tap it right before we put any pressure on the coat, and that should help free it up from the coat. We'll see. That might work right there. You got it. All right. We'll take the bolts out here, and then I'll bring it back. All right, so now we need to make sure that crane is exactly plumb, and it is now. All right, so we're just going to ease her up. I got it. That'll clear it. Make sure it don't flip over on you when it's moving over. You got it?
That would knock me in the head.
I hope you don't cover my camera. Look on your face.
Oh, I know.
How long did that take?
A whole hour, like you said.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cute.
Yeah?
It's cute.
Alright guys, we're fixing to do some damage to this. We'll bring you right back. So this is the drag. And we're fixing to assemble it. Alright. Is that closer over there?
Yep.
Go ahead and start that one.
Okay.
You got the nut on it?
Barely, but it's in there.
Okay. Ease it down about 3 clicks. Got to move the bolt. That one right there. This is the last part of it. If we don't mess this up, we have a good mold. So we're going to go ahead and enclose it. That's going to fit down in here. What you're looking at is the top of the core. And the 2 little steel studs coming up, or what do you call it? The clapper hanger. Clapper hanger.
What is the clapper hanger?
The clapper hanger holds the clapper. The clapper dangles from the clapper hanger. And the clapper is what does the banging. So the clapper hanger helps the clapper do the banging. Yep. Yep. So we're going to ease it on over in here and gently position it right down in there, and our pouring basin will be right over this hole.
Occasionally you have a saltwater crocodile come up.
Yeah, salt. That's typically the way they are. The salt. Alligators occasionally get there.
Yeah,
But
you
they're
don't
mostly
bother you too much. So crocodile, you gotta watch. She finally cured and everything, so they gave this girl, this really scared this girl, a pass. She could go back and forth. And she chose the hospital. So she put it back. She crossed her with the gas in the second. That's the top of it right there. Oh yeah, my finger.
You'd think we got state employees here. So this little piece here is going to hopefully catch any trash. We're going to, once I start pouring, I'm going to keep the table of the float, the melt, above that. We have Asa over here digging the hole. And he's getting there. We got Steve supervising, and Don, and then Josie, and that's Sherry. And of course, y'all know Casey. And then Mike, he's the advisor, and his wife, Kelly. That's who we got out here. We got more people inside, I think. Kilroy included, if I haven't already gotten him. So on top of what we are preloading, we're going to put our thick stuff in the furnace and bring it up to heat. And Ron Alexander here from Florida, he's bringing in the stuff we're going to be dumping in later. We're going to shut the furnace down and then throw the stuff that could oxidize faster straight into the melt and then fire it back. We're also going to do a temperature check. Well, Asa, I didn't realize it until now, but the furnace, it's not going to be able to pour in that hole from right there. We're going to have to move the hole.
You're kidding.
So Josie asked Ron here to patch a hole in the bathroom, and I'm amazed. I can't even see it. Awesome job, Ron.
That's the best I could do.
Man.
What do you think, Josie? You couldn't ask for a better job than that, could you?
Well, I think that's ready. The pit's ready. Now we're going to buckle the furnace down to the pan, and then we're going to unhook and wheel that flask in here and put it in the hole and fire it up.
I don't know your name. That's Charlie. Charlie. You have to ask him twice to take it. Or is that you sound like the beans outside?
I didn't like that.
What'd you do?
Moving it around.
Sloshes everything?
Yeah, and it broke the seal up there.
Yeah. You're okay. Picture like that.
Casey broke my camera too. Alright, so I want to thank everybody that came for this total disaster, and and tell them how much I appreciated their support for the losing team here. I told you guys from the beginning there's a 50-50 chance this will pull off. I had a lot of contributors from all over the United States sending us brass, a lot of it. So, and we had a little more than what we needed, which is good. This is not going to be wasted. I'm going to let it cool down as one big ingot, and we will have it to reuse when we try this again. I don't know when. I was pushing to get this video out by the 4th of July to have you a beautiful bell to look at, and it didn't happen yet. So I'm going to take my time, do it right, and even if it's November, before we can do it again, then by golly, we're going to do it. I just don't know when. It takes 9.5 hours to make the mold, and it takes a lot of preparation just to do a pour, let alone this kind of pour. This was the first attempt to pour yellow brass from the mill, and it was I think it did great. If only we had had an opening for it to go to. So, despite all the frustration, I really appreciate you guys. And y'all, like I said, we're going to do it again. It just won't happen by the 4th of July. But I want you to do like I'm going to do. I'm going to relax. I'm going to enjoy the 4th. I'm not going to dwell on it. And we're going to try this again. We're going to do it at some point. We may fail a couple more times first. We'll see. I hate it didn't turn out because I was really feeling good about it.
Yeah, so we'll see here, like this country and all, it's not like they come in and they did something. We built this country and all, the first battle, everything worked out and everything. No, actually, had to keep on trying.
Yeah.
So why should this be any different?
Yeah, that's a good point. They wanted me to do it live, and honestly, there was just no way. I tried doing an experiment with live video last week. The video was kind of grainy. We don't have Wi-Fi out here yet, so and I can't edit all the stupid stuff I say. If I didn't, leave it to Casey to mess it up.
If he don't have it, I got it. Hey, what's the whole 16 seconds of it? Is that all that left?
Nobody stuck anything down that hole over the past couple of days.
That's
Did
kind of like a date night.
I didn't even see it.
All that preparation in only 16 seconds. Well, watch how fast it shows up. That's what I'm thinking.
There wasn't any.
Stopped up.
When I walked in, like when I first saw you moving, I didn't see a whole
I kind of think somebody stuffed some paper down in there. So.
No, the paper would have melted instantly.
When I saw it bubble up that first time, I was like, oh, man,
Yeah.
But it was looking good.
It may have been a mouse went down the hole. I don't know.
I think something broke off.
And I
Didn't you make that gate smaller or the spruce smaller?
Well, I made the sprue smaller, but it still was plenty big. Even though I hit the sprue first, I was wide open with it, so it shouldn't.
The flow rate looked good.
Yeah.
I still think it was that jerking motion when you were doing that.
Well, that
It
disturbed my.
cracking, But it didn't fall, but then later it fell. Or something,
Yeah.
You know, and you didn't see it.
Well, there, there's a thin membrane of that glass up there, and when I went moving it this way, it sloshed it and broke the membrane, and all that zinc just started coming out. So the next time I'll know to do it right where I'm going to be pouring it.
Set it up the way you gotta just turn it.
Yep.
We'll know what happened this morning, right?
Yeah.
Or you gonna do it tonight?
I ain't gonna pull it tonight.
No.
Nah.
Have a good night's sleep.
No, I'm gonna relax and enjoy my company while you're here. Yeah.
Want a beer? I'll go get you a beer.
No, y'all are my beer.
Yeah, because you probably would have been cursing a little more if we weren't here, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. You wouldn't want me in the
I
influence.
see the disappointment.
Yeah. Well, I knew anything could happen all the way up to the last second. That's where it hit bottom and then started going down the runner and it just froze off. If it hadn't been for the zinc, we would have done this.
Zinc.
The fly coming out of the furnace. I had to dump it immediately.
Oh.
And I was at 1800, and that's why it froze off. We needed to be at 1920,
Okay.
and it was boiling off so fast I had to just start
Oh,
pouring.
is that what was happening? It's separating now?
Yeah. Well, we dumped it, and it did try to fill the bottom. And I got two things here. First of all, we do not have an inline sprue. It's all set, and I saw that, and we were running out of time. This had to be poured by 6, and I think it was like 7 when we finally got to pouring. I don't remember.
I don't either.
The very end down here started to fill the bell. This would have been the rim of it right there. I was trying to go easy on the runner to slow the velocity of this down. And looking at it now, I don't think I would have done anything different. But we were supposed to be 100 degrees hotter than we were. We weren't. When we do it again, I will make darn sure I'm straight in line on my sprue. And I will make darn sure we're at 1920 before we dump it this time. Between the temperature being cold, between this being offset, between me pouring from the wrong side of the pouring basin, who knows? So we will address all three the next time we attempt this. I can't tell you when. But I can tell you this, I've had several eyewitnesses see just firsthand how much work goes into a simple casting. And Ron got to see quite a bit of all of it.
Oh yeah, it was well in the Mississippi heat.
Yeah, so it took us 9.5 hours. Is the quickest time we've pulled off one of these molds, and you know that's with help. And then it takes another minimum of 6 hours, depending on how many people are working on it. If it's just me by myself, it takes me a good 8-hour day just to make the bottom for the furnace to do this. So that's a lot of hours just to do a simple bell. So with that said, we've got to get on our other work, the paying jobs, and get them out. I want to give a special thanks to everybody that has helped us so far with this at this point, and I want you to know, don't give up on me. You did not send your brass or your donations in vain. We are going to be pouring this bell before this year is over. I don't know when, and I'm not going to make a big deal about it right before we pour it the next time. Maybe I jinx myself. I don't know. One of the things I feel bad about is I had several good friends come from other states, Florida, Georgia, Texas, and they came to see a 4-second flop. So, but
that was the 4 seconds of pouring, but there was many an hour prior to that.
But we did get to enjoy some good Smith County watermelon. Josie broke the grill out, had burgers and stuff,
and
baked beans. That was good. So we kind of made a 4th of July out of this, and
that was what it was supposed to be, yes?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
And this is going to show up on the 4th of July. And as I said earlier, while you're watching this, I'm going to be enjoying myself on the 4th. I don't know where. I don't know whose house I'm going to be at.
Not out there.
Josie's probably going to be working, so.
Not out there.
You never know. Chances are I'm probably going to be doing something. Now, one of the things I forgot to tell you, our molar quit. We sheared a tooth on the molar, 2 teeth to be exact. And so I'm frantically I'm going to bring it in the room where it's nice and cool and tear into it and see what I got to do to get a new gear. Well, we have this emptied out, and I wanted to let you guys know Steve Watkins gave me this outer pipe to make a furnace with one day, and it turned out we needed it for now to use for this flask, and I like it so well I'm going to probably continue to use it as a flask. This upper flask is actually from Soule. This is some of the stuff they gave me over time when they were clearing out to make room for other things they were wanting to show at the museum. He repurposes everything. He's a smart dog. Well, Charlie, you going to help me with make the announcement? Well, if you look behind me, Casey and I have been working most of the day. Well, no, we've been working the whole day, getting the new molding area set up. We got the conveyor going through the wall, going out into the pouring bay. We will be making our molds in here in this lovely air conditioning, and putting it on the conveyor, laying it up, and then this fancy door. I'm not finished with it yet. Will let us convey these out to the trolley and send them on down the pouring bay at a right angle. And yeah, we're gonna get the squeeze jolt going. I wanted to cover those that have made contributions to the cause of this bell, and I wanted to go ahead and give them a shout out. And before I say this, I had said I was going to announce not only who contributed, but I was also going to mention how much weight they donated. And the more I thought about it, I don't want to make anyone feel bad if they could only send a couple pounds. So I don't think we need to share that, but I will tell you that we took in enough brass to pull this off, along with contributions that covered not only the fuel but purchasing more brass. And so we do have enough brass now. If you are still thinking about sending any, we got it now, so we're good. I do appreciate this, and I want to make sure each and every individual that was a part of this gets mentioned. Now, if I don't have your name on this list, it was probably because you came in after I quit taking notes and I lost track of how Josie's doing it. Because Mr. Dave Thomas, he and his wife Peg, they contributed probably more, I'll say that, than anyone else. It was so much that Dave had to bring it from Texas himself and personally deliver it. And I showed him on one of the previous videos. Ron Lemke from Illinois, he contributed brass. Steve Jevnisek of Michigan, he also contributed, along with M&M Kong Coffee out of Hawaii, Miss Mary Machine. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Tom Hoy of Massachusetts, Woody Pritchett of Louisiana, Terrence Fisher of West Virginia, Texas Tooling and Engineering out of Virginia, not Texas, Sandit Gill from California, W. Plummer from Virginia, and he also donated a crab that I did not want to melt down. As you can see here, I'm keeping that little fella. Then Mr. Mark Mossinghoff of Missouri, Chris Bolton of Louisiana. Make sure I'm not skipping a page. Eric Peterson of Texas, Keith Rucker of Georgia. I don't know who he is. Valukiewicz of Ohio. I hope I pronounced your name right. Dave Shepard of California, M. Stowell of Ohio, Lauren Roberts of Washington, Rex Myers. Now, this is where my wife took over and started recording everything. She did not put their states down. I apologize, Rex. And the following. Well, Sandeep Gill is mentioned here, and I already said he was from California. Yeah. So, Mr. Rex Myers, Mike Sadecki, I believe, Sadecki, and then you have Dale Ryan, John Chisholm, and Josh Soderlin. Now, that's the ones that are on this list at this point. If I'm missing any, I will catch up on the next video. I apologize if I have missed anybody, but we have tried to, I made a careful effort to record everybody along with the state, along with the weight of each donation. And as I said, I don't want to go listing how much each person sent, because you may have someone that only sent a couple pounds, and I don't want anybody feeling bad about it, because every single ounce counts. I appreciate this effort that everybody made to try to make this bell happen, and that's the bottom line. That's what counts. So we also had some monetary contributions. Mr. John Gover, I believe is how you pronounce it, Gover. Mr. Brian Bloomer, which we're going to talk about here in a second, John McCann, and Craig Meyer. Thank you to each and every one of you guys. Now, Brian was on this from the time I announced this. He wanted to do something, and I mean, he really had his heart in this, and it turns out he's going to be helping me redesign the final bell pattern. Now that this failed, I can slow it down, and I can do a lot better job, not only on pouring the bell, but with the inscriptions as well. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not against criticism. I was moving so fast, trying to push this project so fast to get a bell cast by the 4th of July, and it didn't happen. And I told you there was a high probability it wouldn't. That I wasn't really able to focus on some of the most obvious things, like the way I had the script and stuff like that. Brian pointed out some things, and not in a bad way. He was very helpful in suggesting some other things that I might try, and he was right. So I'm going to have Brian involved in any of the changes that are coming up to help me. I want this not only to be a beautiful bell, but I want it to all make sense at the end of the day when we pour it. I mean, we're putting a lot of work in it. Why not make it make sense out of it? So yeah, so Brian Bloomer, I want to thank you not only for what you offered to do, but what you're doing up to this point. That's it. That's all I've got to say. I just hope you guys will have a safe, enjoyable 4th of July. The year is going to be, this entire year for Windy Hill Foundry is going to be celebration. As I said earlier, as we were pushing so hard to get this bell out, we abused the muller to the point I destroyed 2 of the gears, the bull gear and the main pinion that are in the final drive of the transmission. I got the transmission out, I got it apart, and I'm in contact with Keith Rucker. I'm going to be headed down there to his place tomorrow. And Sunday, we're going to make new gears for this, and he's got the presses and everything to reassemble this. So I'll make a video of that. He'll probably shoot some video, too, for his channel. I can't wait for a gear to come in because of several reasons. One, Casey, I've got to keep her a regular job coming. I can't pay her if I can't make some money, so we've got to get the muller back going where we can keep her employed. The other reason is Keith has his scraping class coming up this month, the end of the month, luckily. And we were supposed to already have these. We don't yet. We got to get 10 good straight edges out the door. So I don't have weeks to wait on parts to come in for the muller to get it going. I've got to get this stuff done. I got to get it done now. And I'm not saying when, but that very soon now I'm going to be on a trip, and I'm going to be in Canada and Alaska. So I guess that's it. Have a happy 4th of July, and look forward to this bell. I don't know when, but I can promise you once we pull it off, you're going to see it. I'm going to I'll have another video from beginning to end, but we're not going to keep beating this horse to death until we pull it off. I'm not going to do that to you. So this is the last time you'll see us wasting our time trying to pull this off until we do it. We'll talk to you later.